you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you love, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
That's one of my favorite prelude welcome songs, so thank you. Welcome, friends gathered in the sanctuary, on Zoom, and later on our YouTube channel. It's good to be together. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Franklin, to the Smoky Mountains of western North Carolina and northeast Georgia, and the ancestral home of the Cherokee people. We are a lay-led congregation of progressive minds and caring connections for over 53 years now. My name is Jude Lowery, and I'm delighted to speak with you this morning. We extend a warm welcome to those who are visiting with us today for the first time or returning after a while. I'm just looking around. I think we know everybody today. But we are glad to have visitors with us, and we look forward to getting to know some of the newer visitors better. There's an opportunity to introduce yourself later in the service, and anyone can sign up in the foyer for our newsletter. And there's a guest book out there if you aren't receiving our newsletter. Each Sunday, we spend this hour as one fellowship family, those near and far, affectionately known as the Roomies and the Zoomies. We're going to begin with a gathering song, Spirit of Life, and the Roomies may rise in body and spirit and stay standing after the song to wave hello. It's a one-woman show today.
Stirrings of compassion, blow with the wind.
looking glass threw me. I wasn't sure if it was the one verse, it was the two. Okay. And wave to the Zoomies over there. Hi, everybody. Hopefully someone's joining us today. There they are. There they are. Super, super. This simple act of connection. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. You got ahead of me there. The simple act of connection reminds us that despite our distance, we are all part of this loving community. And so, as part of that, as a lay-led congregation, we appreciate our volunteers, including our Sunday service team, Warren, Ben, Edgar, Penny on Zoom. I get to pick the music. Claire works later to get the service onto YouTube. Our greeters, today it was Bill, and hospitality, Dana, Karen, Jeff, sometimes help from Charisma and Harmony. I don't see them today. And ordinarily, this is the part in the service where I would move on to announcements. But every spring, the president traditionally does a State of the Fellowship talk. And, well, today is it. And so I get to hijack the service and mix things up a bit, flexing my small moment of spring power. Well, okay, so, where did it go? There we go. Hit the wrong button. And so we're going to have a little bit of a sidestep, and I'm going to introduce you to all the people that make this fellowship work. And as I do so, please stand if you're able. If not, wave your hand so people can see you and know who you are. You don't have to stay standing, but just give a shout out. And then hold your applause till the end so we can show everyone our gratitude at one time. So first, our board members. The board is particularly special, and I have a pretty diverse group of men and women of all ages and backgrounds. Myself as president, of course. We haven't achieved cultural diversity as yet, but look around. So, Robbie Greenberg as vice president. She's UUA delegate. She also wears the hat of chair of the Lifespan Learning Committee, chair of the Stewardship Drive, chair of the Thanksgiving Celebration, representative to the Interfaith Organization of Macon County, and occasionally assistant treasurer. And she has that long, y'all know this from the business world, other duties as assigned. Bonnie Gramlich, I'm not sure if she's on Zoom today, is our treasurer, past president. Ben McNary, back there, as a trustee and tech wizard. Melanie Vick is a trustee, stand-in secretary, fellowship organizational specialist. She couldn't be with us today. She had an in-service work thing to do. Joe Eckstein, he's often on Zoom, is a trustee. This past year's chair of the Bartram Academy Holiday Cheer Project, that's what I'm calling it, and member of the Ad Hoc Committee on Bylaws. Dana Burrell, say that, Burrell. You know, we never say each other's last names. Burrell, trustee, Hospitality Committee, member of the Ad Hoc Committee on Bylaws, calendar keeper, multitude of other projects as assigned, from organizing and updating the memorial plaque, restoration of the Quilt Square, and many of the duties involved with the Fellowship House project. Caleb Sayer, trustee, chair or host of the weekly meetup, Touch Base on Zoom. He's often on Zoom. You would think I would be finished, but no. The worship bench under the guidance of Mary Teslow, also a past president, which is Penny, Robbie, Dana, me, Ben, Warren, Claire, and other people that pop in from time to time. Chair of the membership committee, Jeff Kirsch. Chair of communications, including the website, Facebook, YouTube, UUView, newly accepted this calling, Claire Davis. Yeah, that requires some, yeah. Building facilities chair, Jim Mira. Ground facilities chair, Bill Hodge. Y'all aren't waving, you're not humoring me, come on. One of our newest members for the environmental committee is just accepted is Jennifer Bronson. Jennifer, I don't see her here today. Memorial Garden Committee, Paige Selke, Jennifer Bronson, Paul Chu, Elise Boren, Jeff Kirsch, Laura Lovelace, Melanie Vick, Callie Lefevre, Mary Teslow, and myself. They are an excited, passionate group of people, so I can't wait to see what happens with the Memorial Garden. Nominating Committee, Sue Ann Riesdorf, Jim Mira, and Edgar Milan. The FET, which often we don't even know what that is. I had to ask. Is it FET, PET, EPT? Fellowship, Endowment, Trust. Tom Riesdorf, Barbara James, and Warren, with the advisors of John Frazier and Jim Mira. Hospitality Committee, Wendy Inglefield, Dana Burrell, Karen Milan, sometimes Harmony and Charisma, and Elise. And it should be all of us taking turns on that. Greeting Committee Chair, Barbara James, and all of you who have served as greeters, hospitality hosts over this past year, thank you. Now, you will note that those who serve others make up most of us here. Many of us serve in quiet ways, and if I have missed recognizing some of you, I apologize ahead of time for my oversight. We are also very conscious that there are more opportunities to serve, to make this fellowship an even greater place to be on Sundays. But also, as you've heard me say before, we don't want to be that church that the first time you walk in the door, we're shark eyes. Oh, you've been here twice. Well, you can be in charge of. We don't want to be those people. We will not be those people. All those who serve have, I believe, evolved into those roles because they see a need and they step forward to fill it. It's something they find interesting to do. Also, there are those that plan intentionally to serve as part of their annual pledge. And I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. I've always believed that those you serve with, you grow to love and know better. Your service makes the fellowship the family that I think it is. And now we can do the announcements. Please be sure to keep up to date with any announcements by checking the UU View newsletter, also our website, and potentially the bulletin board downstairs in Celebration Hall. And as always, we encourage anyone not feeling well to join us on Zoom. We also have supplies at the entry if you would like to protect yourself. And a reminder, as anyone testing positive, let me know. We'd just like to know that information and do a little contact tracing. We won't embarrass anybody. Good morning. Our fellowship is a light for liberal religion in the mountains, and it values the diversity and the richness it brings to our community. Our celebration of diversity is reflected in the variety of our Sunday services. In addition to different topics, our service sequence and length sometimes vary. We hope today's service enriches your journey of discovery. So the introduction of today's service. This morning, I'm pleased to address you as president in a talk I've titled, Where the Porch Light is Always On, a loving look at why people leave and how we grow. I hope you find it thought-provoking and peppered with a dash of humor. Our chalice lighting, Judith Ainsley Bellflower. Come light our chalice today. I'm going to read while you arrive. The chalice is a symbol of our faith. Like our faith, it is not magic, nor is it mysterious. We light it as a reminder of what we share as a community and of who each of us is called to be. When we feel lost in a chaotic world, may the light of our chalice show us the path. When we are afraid of the times we live in, may the light of our chalice give us courage. When we despair at the injustice and cruelty around us, may the light of our chalice recall us to a faithful hope. Our chalice is a symbol of our commitment to each other and to ourselves. We light it today as a gathered community that we may understand more completely and act more boldly and hope more fiercely. That was written by Pat Uri-Litchi. Jet Pig is a portly, loving pig with a backpack. It's often used in children's education, emphasizing love as the core of everything. We still walk a line of incorporating the revised values with our traditional established principles. Our jet pig. We welcome this pig to the gathering where we come together to live out our shared values, not just in word, but in action. Today, we hold in our hearts J, justice, E, equity, T, transformation, jet, P, pluralism, I, interdependence, and generosity, pig, jet pig. May our time together empower us to be, like our friend Jet Pig, messengers of love and change in the world. Our opening song is If Jet Pigs Could Fly by Matthew. Please enjoy. He tells a little story with it that I think added to today's service, so.
Is about my kind of internal struggle to get behind fully and worshipfully behind Jet Pig as an image. I don't think I'm alone in that. I love the community and the faith and the spirituality that I found since I've become a Unitarian Universalist. I'm really excited about Article 2. I think it's a beautiful symbol of 10,000 voices joining together as one to kind of make meaning and evolve and change. And I also don't think that I just tried to imagine my first day in a UU church, and if they were talking about a flying pig, I think I would sort of, and so this is a song about my process to kind of get over my inner UU, like, critical thinking and sort of get into the meaning and the heart behind the Jet Pig. So we'll see how it goes, y'all. I hope you enjoy it. I've wandered through some shadows, heard whispers turn to stone. I never thought that I would find a church to call my home. I ran away, I promised to not come back until pigs fly. But now I'm learning how to love before your loving eyes. These things, they have a funny way of coming back around. Imagine my surprise one day when a flying pig I found. It had a rocket on its back and wings that danced on air. I am skeptical but couldn't help wondering if there was something there. If jet pigs could fly, they'd never say amen, 'cause every single moment would be a prayer they're living in, singing songs of justice and of generosity, reminding us that love is at the center of who we want to be. Time's gonna change and seasons turn, we learn to bend and sway. Guess I can try to understand this funny symbol of our faith. Now I might kinda roll my eyes, this jet pig ain't no dove, as long as I remember that it all begins in love. If jet pigs could fly, they'd soar on wings of grace, singing songs of equity with a smile on every face. Help us to transform each other into who we long to be, reminding us that love is at the center of our unity. Have you ever heard 10,000 voices singing just like one? Have you ever tried to run away from work that's just begun? These words resound, they call to me, and I hope they call to you. If love can move mountains, surely we all could fly too. If jet pigs could fly, they never say amen. 'Cause every single moment would be a prayer they're living in. Singing songs of justice and of generosity, reminding us that love is at the center of who we want to be. Reminding us that love is at the center of who we want to be.
Well, I have a very brief bio, and I hesitate to even do this, but I think back to when Becky was presenting, and she said a brief, and I learned so much about her, so I felt obligated to follow that model. I grew up in Central Florida as an only child of blue-collar workers. I wasn't expected to go to college, but I did. I worked my way through most of a 2-year degree by working at the local hospital in various clerical roles. Then I jumped into the deep end of starving student. Went to college in West Virginia and completed my Bachelor of Arts degree with 2 majors, one in psychology and one in equestrian education. I came back to Florida and I taught horseback riding during my marriage and motherhood years. I joined the faculty of the University of Florida in their youth development program and worked for 12 years in a variety of leadership roles. I had a major bout with cancer and questioned whether I would survive it, but I did. I had a marriage to the children's father, however, did not survive. I started developing as an author, writing commercial fiction on the side. After that, I traveled to Chattanooga. I worked for a short time at Arizona. I lovingly call it my midlife crisis. Then I met Jill Ellern. She persuaded me to move over here to the mountains with her. After having dated vampires and werewolves, I thought, what could go wrong with a white knight? But that's a story for another day. We've been together 13 years now. I've had a variety of vocations since then, including narrator, author, administrative assistant, fairgrounds manager, and most recently, after going back to community college for another degree, I've gone back to my medical roots and joined the Cherokee Indian Hospital in their behavioral health department as a certified coder. I have many hobbies and talents, and I certainly feel the best is yet to come. And my message today, where the porch light is always on, a loving look at why people leave and how we grow. Change my hat. Good morning. One of the things I love about Unitarian Universalism is that we are a tradition unafraid of questions. Big questions, small questions, awkward questions, existential questions, and occasionally the question, wait, why are we doing it this way? And today, I want to explore a particularly tender question. Why do people leave UU-ism? Not to scold ourselves, but to understand ourselves. Because a faith that values truth must be willing to look in the mirror, even if that mirror is fluorescently lit and brutally honest. People leave for many reasons. And while each story is unique, patterns emerge. Let's walk through them with compassion, curiosity, and maybe a little humor, because if we can't laugh at ourselves, we're probably taking ourselves way too seriously. The first one I've called performative activism. When our values look great on paper and stay there. Most folks come to UU-ism because they care deeply about justice. They hear us talk about being a green sanctuary, dismantling racism, welcoming all. But sometimes they discover that our activism is, well, more aspirational than operational. We say we're environmental stewards, but our recycling system looks a little like a philosophical debate about which bin is least wrong. We say we're anti-racism, but our communities and committees sometimes look like a PBS documentary titled The History of New England Librarianship. We say we are welcoming, but newcomers occasionally feel like they've walked into a book club that's met since 1978. People don't leave because they don't care about justice. They leave because they care so much that the inauthenticity stings. The challenge isn't to stop aspiring, it's to match aspiration with action. Our second reason that emerges is political homogeneity. I'm saying that wrong. Homogeny, political homogeny. Sometimes I see things in paper and they don't come out right. When a sanctuary becomes an echo chamber, is what that means to me. Another reason people leave is political sameness. This one might burn a little, buckle your seatbelts. Many UU spaces lean left. It's not inherently a problem. The problem is we lean so far left that we start to resemble a yoga class where everyone is stuck in the same pose and no one can quite remember how to stand up straight again. Some folks say, I didn't leave because I'm conservative. I left because I'm complicated, and there's no room for complicated. When political identity becomes a membership requirement, we drift away from our core principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. The question becomes, are we creating space for real diversity of thought, or only the diversity that agrees with us? 3, the lack of spiritual depth. When services feel like meetings with candles. Some people come to UU-ism seeking spiritual nourishment, mystery, awe, ritual, silence. But sometimes they find services feel like a TED Talk followed by a committee report. Kind of like today, maybe. They say, I came for my soul, but I only found my schedule. Justice work is essential, but justice work without spiritual grounding becomes brittle. People need meaning, not just messaging. I may be partial, but I think the worship committee does a pretty good job of balancing topics and messages with available resources of speakers. They are good at asking the question, what we all need to ask each other, and that question is, are we feeding the whole person, mind, heart, and spirit? Our fourth, diversity and inclusion, the gap between intention and reality. UU-ism strives for multiculturalism, but some people of color, LGBTQ plus folks, disabled members, and others say that while the welcome is warm, culture is still centers the dominant group. They say, you welcome me at the door, but you didn't make a place for me at the table. Diversity is not just who enters the building, but who shapes our culture. The question becomes, are we willing to change, not just invite others to join what already is? 5, groupthink and conformity, when questioning becomes dangerous. This one hurts because UU-ism prides itself on free thought. But some people report when they raise questions and offer critique, they are labeled as problematic and unsafe. They say, I thought this was the place where questioning was allowed, but questioning made me an outsider. A community that values safety so highly that it suppresses disagreement stops being spiritually alive. The question becomes, are we practicing true openness or only openness to what we already believe? Six, generational gaps, when younger members can't find their place. Many UU congregations skew older. Older members bring wisdom, stability, and history. But younger adults and families sometimes feel outnumbered and unintentionally dismissed. They say, I love the values, but I can't find my people. If we want to be a multi-generational faith, we must create pathways for younger voices, not only as future leaders, but as leaders now. 7, theological drift, when beliefs evolve in different directions. Some people leave because their own beliefs shift. They may become more theistic, more pagan, more Christian, more atheist. Whatever it is, they feel the congregation no longer reflects their spiritual path. This is not necessarily a failure. It's a natural movement of a free faith. But it does raise the question, are we offering enough theological breadth for people to grow with UU-ism rather than out of it? I'll say that again. Are we offering enough theological breadth for people to grow with UU-ism rather than out of it? So what do we do? Here's the good news. We are not powerless, we are not stuck, and we are not alone. Because we have things that some congregations only dream of. A board of trustees that actually does work. Yes, I know, the board often sounds like a mysterious group that meets in a back room, speaks in Robert's Rules of Order, and emerges only to announce that the budget is, well, the budget. But our board is different. They're rolling up their sleeves, sometimes literally, and grappling with very difficult issues. So let me brag about them for a moment. 1, community leadership, bringing holiday cheer to the Bartram Academy. Our board didn't talk about supporting the group. They organized holiday cheer for the children at Bartram Academy. Real gifts, real joy, real impact. No performative activism here. Just kindness in action. We've committed to be involved in the Interfaith Council here in Macon County, keeping our presence felt in the community. Our members represent our faith at political activism events, at community cleanups. With Robbie's t-shirt drive, we're getting members out there in yellow shirts to be seen that our fellowship does things in the community. Celebrating our own members. They've taken leadership milestones within our fellowship, celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, transitions, joys, and sorrows. They're helping weave the fabric of community, one celebration at a time. Thanksgiving, Halloween. Caring connections week by week, and In Touch ends on Zoom with Caleb. 3, the demolition and removal of the old fellowship house. Let's be honest. Nothing says we're serious about the future like taking down a building. It's bold, it's decisive, it's a little dramatic, and it was absolutely necessary. Our board shepherded that process with care, transparency, and a surprising lack of explosions. The ground is seeded, and we've had a lot of ideas offered for what to do with that ground. The board's committed to allow the seed to grow to grass and to let it have its season of fallow before making any decisions on what to do with the space. Some of our foundational members, they need time to grieve the loss. They poured so much into that building in time and energy, their own sweat equity. It was an icon to the future potential of what they saw that could grow from meeting in each other's homes to what we have today. We feel strongly that we need to give it time to reveal to us what's the next best step for the fellowship's future use of that space. So keep thinking good ideas, keep sharing them, but don't expect them to be acted on right away. 4, major maintenance and repair, making things right in our building. Y'all didn't know this. We've tackled the unglamorous but essential work of fixing things that need to be fixed. Plumbing, faulty wiring, shorting out all the outlets on the outside of the sanctuary, roofs, rotten deck, the mysterious things in the basement that no one accepts hearing and pretends not to hear the humming. This kind of work doesn't get applause, but it keeps the light on, the doors open, and our community safe. And 5, representing all the people of the fellowship. Most importantly, the board is actively trying to represent the full diversity of the congregation's age, background, politics, theology, identity. They're listening, they're learning, they're trying to build a community where everyone feels seen, They're not perfect. None of us are. But they are committed, and that's what really matters. So we have 3 commitments for our future to you. As we look ahead, I believe our path forward rests in 3 groupings of commitments. 1, radical honesty. We must be willing to say, yes, we fall short. Yes, we can do better. 2, radical hospitality. Hospitality is not just friendliness, it's transformation. It means making room for people who are not like us and letting their presence perhaps change us in good ways. And 3, radical action. If we say we are a justice-seeking people, we must act. If we say we are a spiritually grounded people, we must practice. If we say we are an inclusive people, we must change our culture, not just our signage. In a closing invitation, I say, people leave UU-ism for many reasons, but people also stay for many reasons because they find love here, community here, meaning here, hope here. The question before us is not, how do we keep everyone from leaving? The question is, how do we become the kind of community people want to grow with? A community that is spiritually deep, a community that is politically diverse, a community that is genuinely inclusive, a community that acts on its values, a community that welcomes questioning, complexity, and transformation, a community that laughs at itself, learns from itself, and loves itself enough to change. May we have the courage to honestly look at who we are. May we have the humility to grow. And may we have the love to do all that together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very kind. I love you all. So that's my presidential message and a shameless plug to vote for me in June. Anyway, one moment. I just get so emotional. Now please join me in the dedication of our gifts. Gifts given in love and hope continue a cycle of love and hope. So may it be. Thank you for your support. All financial gifts are appreciated. There is an offering plate at the sanctuary entrance. There is also stamped addressed envelopes back there. You can mail it in if you forget your checkbook like I do. There is, you can do it electronically. There is a link in the UU View to our PayPal. We have a celebration jar here, which is looking quite healthy. And there is a basket downstairs for coffee donations, and our ever and ongoing little yard sale on the side over there looking for donations. I don't see any visitors. Are there any visitors on Zoom today? I don't see. If there are visitors, wave your hand because I'm blind. No? Do we have any visitors here that would, I never want to put you on the spot, but if there are visitors that would like to introduce themselves, I think I know everybody. Okay. Joys and concerns. A pebble cast into a pond causes ripples in all directions. Sometimes we don't see the consequence of those ripples. But we invite you now to share your joys and concerns. I see a hand. Okay. Did I miss a song? Oh, thank you for keeping me honest. Oh, and it's one I really want to hear. Let's go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Where is it? Where's the burrito song in the program? Because I don't want to miss it. We have the burrito song coming up. You know, I didn't get it in my dang script. Thank you, Ben, because I really, after bragging on the board, you have got to hear the burrito song. Please play the burrito song, and then we, as an interlude, and then we will pick up with joys and concerns. Thank you for not letting us miss that. I had to share. They don't have the same things we have, but they look like they had so much fun doing it. And it made me be like, I want to be like them. That is so much fun. They have an auction. Well, we used to have a yard sale, so you can relate. So thank you, Ben. So our time for joys and concerns. A pebble cast into a pond causes ripples and spreads all directions. We invite you now to share joys and concerns that you carry in your hearts. It's time to speak what matters most to you, celebrations that lift your spirit, worries that weigh upon you, gratitude that fills you, or needs for which you seek support. Your words matter here. Your experiences matter here. You matter here. If you would like, you're welcome to share a brief, special joy or concern, and I'll drop a pebble into the water. We'll start with those on Zoom, and we'll follow with those in the sanctuary and invite you to line up in queue by the piano. A last pebble as we acknowledge our shared joys and concerns, our celebrations, our struggles, our hopes and heartaches. May you all know that we do not carry those burdens alone, that our joys are multiplied when shared. May we hold one another gently in our hearts, remembering that we belong to one another. And now we're going to have a moment of silence to meditate, pray, reflect on the things you've heard today, or simply sit in silent community with others. In closing, we are never complete. We are never finished. We're always yet to be. May we always allow others to be and help and enable each other to grow toward all that we are capable of becoming. Our closing song, let me just set this up before they play it. Our own Dan Teslow performed this song, or a version of it, at one of our stewardship plays, the Pirates of Penzance, that he was famous for writing our stewardship plays. This particular version today is from a UU church in Salt Lake. They've tailored their lyrics to their own geographical challenges, but I think you'll find it at the same time humorous and perhaps thought-provoking.
He is the very model of a modern Unitarian. He was born Romanian, so don't call him Bulgarian. He's also not from Budapest, Ukraine, or Lithuania. He probably is the coolest thing to come from Transylvania.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. I'm here because I live so long, I'm an octogenarian. With 50 years attendance, I'm a very senior resident. Although I'm better looking, I am older than the president.
Although he's better looking, he is older than the president. Although he's better looking, he is older than the president. Although he's better looking, he is older than the president.
We're educated, cultivated, liberal, and turning gray.
We all like Shakespeare, opera, ballet, and we all drink Beaujolais.
We're all egalitarian and we're humanitarian. We are the very model of a modern Unitarian.
We are the very model of a modern Unitarian. We're ethical, sustainable, and also vegetarian. If you would like to join us, it would not be so regrettable. We have a lot of recipes and some of them are edible.
We are the very model of some modern Unitarians.
Our masters of theology have made us seminarians.
We never preach damnation and we don't have a confessional.
We're open and inclusive and we're also quite professional.
They're open and inclusive and they're also quite professional. They're open and inclusive and they're also quite professional. They're open and inclusive and they're also quite professional.
We're always looking for new ways to make the world a better place.
The Utah politics ensure we often fall down on our face.
We're all egalitarian and we're humanitarian. We are the very model of a modern Unitarian.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. Devotion to the evidence has made me a contrarian. If you're the optimistic type, believing everything you read, consider that a friend like me is just the very thing you need.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. I'm coming out of the closet and confessing I'm a thespian. I realize the second line does not rhyme with the rest of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. While driving in our Priuses, NPR gives us our news.
Mind your P's and Q's, for some of us are LGBTQs. LGBTQs.
Some of us are LGBT homosexuals.
I just love seeing the other Unitarian fellowships around the country and the ways they've learned to share. I just had to bring it to you.
We need to make one.
We'll put you in charge of that project. So now it's time to extinguish the chalice. Keep the chalice flame burning. Be kind, be brave, be just, be merciful. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to close with we know that you have many options on how to spend your Sunday morning. We're deeply grateful that you chose to be here in community with us today. Next Sunday is John Singleton, 7 Beautiful Friends or Thoughts and How to Get Out of the Mess We're In. A worldview of global social justice is my interpretation of it, but come and be surprised. Please rise in body or spirit if you are able, and join hands if you would like. We're not going to shun you if you don't want to touch hands. It's okay. And we're going to say our covenant, and then we're going to wave goodbye